guys, it's Rebecca from Mama Bear Custom Wreaths, and welcome to my channel, Mama Bear Custom Wreaths, where I make wreaths and all things home decor, and I show you how I do it all. Today, we're going to be making a Valentine's Day centerpiece. This is actually going to be a centerpiece for a school Valentine's Day party. So, let's get started. I did get some Chanel stems that were all red. They don't need to be all red, but since they were on sale, I went ahead and got them. So we're gonna take our Chanel stems and we're gonna start 3 fingers, 3 fingers from the edge, and we will go ahead and put a Chanel stem there. And we'll just put it in the middle and then tie it right in the middle 1, 2, 3 times, and then straighten out our little legs so that it looks like this. We're then going to get another Chanel stem or pipe cleaner, if you want to call it that. And we're going to put that on, we're going to tie it the same way, but on the outer edge. 2, 3. So we have one going like this in the center and one on the edge. And we're going to do that one more time on this edge. One, 2, 3. Okay, so it looks like that. And we are going to go on the other side. Do the same thing, 3 fingers, and put our Chanel stem in the center. We're gonna do the exact same thing, but on the other side. It's kind of like accounting. Remember accounting, what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other side? That's what we're doing. And we'll do the other edge and tie it about 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So we have another 3 and 3. Now, just eyeball about where the center is. And we are going to, right in the center, tie 1, 2, 3. Same thing right in the middle. One, 2, 3. And then on the other edge. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we right now have on each end and one in the middle. Now we're going to do another one on this side and another one here on this side. So we're going to take, we took half here, and then we're going to take the half point between the half point in one side and the half point between the other side, and again put 3 legs. Okay, so this is what our painter stick looks like now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get our, I already pre-cut this so you didn't have to watch me do it. I got some of our 10-inch mesh and I cut it about 32 inches long. So I just measured it, cut 32 inches, and I cut 5 red, 5 of this like iridescent white, and 5 of this black and white. So the total of 15 pieces, because we have 5 locations with 3 little legs. So that's 15 pieces of mesh that we will need. So let's start with our mesh. Remember, this is 10-inch mesh cut about anywhere between 30 and 33 inches. And the reason why I'm not giving you an exact number is because some of them were denser, so I needed less to see the color. And some of the mesh was a little bit, the threading was was wider. So you needed more mesh in order to see the color. So that's why it's anywhere between 30, 33. So we take each edge of our mesh and just roll it in. And then when we get to about this long, we just kind of cruffle it together. And we get this weird little funky butterfly, okay? And we're gonna put that on the outer edge. We're gonna put it parallel, vertical, to our painter stick, okay? And then I'm going to put the white next, actually. And if that's kind of complicated, or you have arthritis, or it just is not comfortable, you can't do it, what you can also do, excuse my mess here, is get some clothespin, potato chips, hair clips, anything that clips. And you can get something heavy, put it on one end, and the other end, just take our mesh, it naturally rolls, so it helps you, and just roll it so you have a good little safe cigar, and then clip it, put something else heavy, and then roll the other edge, clip that, and then you can just kind of walk from one roll to the other, and there you go, you have your butterfly. Okay, and I'm gonna put this one right in the center next to the black one. And we're gonna tie it once, twice. I'm not gonna tie it so many times because we're gonna use them again. We're gonna unroll them and then use those chenille stems again, okay? So now we're going to do the other side, made our butterfly. Make sure if there's any edges to stick them in so that it helps with the fraying. And we're gonna roll that chenille stem around it to tighten it. Okay, and then kind of open it. And this is what the top looks like. Now we're gonna keep doing that, and I'm gonna just change the colors, the order of the colors, so that it looks more colorful, okay? So, let's see. I'm gonna do black. On the outer edge this time. And now that we're doing the second row, we're gonna kind of lift the mesh from our first row so that it's not stuck together or one doesn't overlap the other. We're gonna try to get these, once we're done, to go against each other like this so they create volume. I'll show you what I mean. Now we're gonna roll this one and put it right next to our black one. Okay, and we'll get our white. Now I'm doing it like this. If you have to use the potato chip clips, do whatever you need to do. What matters is that it gets put on, not how you get it on. And then 1, 2. Okay, so this is what I was saying, is we're gonna take the edges of the first row and the second row and just kind of make sure that they are against each other like this, so it creates volume. Okay, so I'm gonna keep doing this all the way down to the bottom. Just keep alternating colors, and we'll do 3 more and I'll be right back. So this is what our base looks like so far, nice and full. So now we're gonna add some ribbon to our centerpiece. And I cut my ribbon already at 15 inches length. And these are the different ribbons that I got. Isn't that cute? It's gonna be more black, white, and red are the colors that I'm wanting to use on this wreath. So we have, if you remember, 5 little sets of sticks. So we're only gonna put ribbon on the outer edge, so we need 10. So I cut 5 of each and I'm gonna pair them up. So I'm pairing these 2 up. That keep together. So what I'm gonna do is just fold that in half, okay? And then right in the middle, I am going to pinch it. And when I pinch it, it's going, I heard something moving. It could be a flower. It could be an animal. I don't know. So, can you guys tell I'm a chicken? So this is what our little like bat looks like, okay? So I'm going, remember I told you not to tie it like more than twice, our chenille stems. That's because we are going to be tying our ribbon to those chenille stems. So we're gonna take the outer chenille stem, unwrap it, and then put the center of our little bat and then tie it, okay? And then we'll come back around and fluff it out later, but that's what it should look like, okay? So I'm gonna alternate my ribbon. So I said these 2 would go together. So I'll put these 2 together like this, right in the center, and then fold it in half. And then right at the center, I'm gonna pinch it. And we have our little bat, okay? So in the next chenille stem, I am going to unwrap it and then tie it back in with our ribbon bat, okay? So far, and don't worry, these look cattywampus right now. At the end, they're gonna get wrinkled as we turn and add all the other ones. So at the end, we're going to make them look pretty, okay? So we're gonna keep doing this all the way around for all 10, just alternating our ribbon sets until we're done. Okay guys, so this is what our centerpiece looks like. So let's make some small bows. And I'm gonna take our 4-inch here. No, I'm sorry, our 4-inch. Our, what is this, 2.5 inch? Yeah, our 2.5 inch black ribbon. And I was thinking we can make a bow on one side with this ribbon. So we're gonna measure about how much we want our tail about this long. So we're gonna pinch it here. And then we're going to make a loop. And where we want the loop to be, we're just gonna pinch it again. Seems like a good size. So, tail, this is our whole loop, which if we fold in half and pinch, then we're going to go from the back to the front and try to make a loop about the same size. Pinch it in the center, measure our ears, it's a little too long. That's about right. Okay. So this one, we are going to cut our tail. Then we're gonna move on to our next. In case you're wondering, the loop is about 6 inches. Each loop's about 6 inches. Now we're gonna take our next ribbon, and here's our tail. Pinch that. We're gonna make a loop, but it's gonna be a little bit smaller than our last loop. So we're gonna roll our, make a loop, pinch it, come from the back to the front, measure ears. Okay. And cut our ribbon. So this is what we have so far. I'm not going to use this one in our bow, but I will use this white one on top. So it's going to be the same thing. We're going to pinch, we're going to measure our tail, pinch where our tail is going to be, make a loop, and this is going to be a smaller loop than the one before. You see that? That way we can see the ribbon. Okay, so we pinch that, go from back to front, okay. So this is our bow. Okay, so we are going to get a zip tie. I don't have a shorter one. And then we're going to get our wire cutters. And this is one of our bows. Okay, so we're gonna make another bow. Make the same bow again. So we're gonna pinch our tail. And then we're gonna make a loop. And I think we said the last bow was about 6 inches, right? So this is about 6 inches. So we have our tail pinch, then we have the other side of our loop. Okay, so we're going to fold it over, and that gives us our first loop. Let's measure that, make sure it's about 6. Yeah. Then, so it started out like this. We're gonna scoot this over. Okay, that's the loop. That's the loop, that's the tail. Now from the back, we're gonna move forward. And make another loop, pinch it. The secret to bow making is pinching. So that really is what just holds it together. Okay, let's measure our loops. This is a little bit taller. Okay. And let's cut our tails. Okay, so that is our, my nose is itchy. What is that? Someone's thinking about you? Probably my husband. I don't know what time I'm going to bed. We're supposed to watch a movie tonight. Okay, so next ribbon, I'm sorry. Same thing. Pinch where we want our tail. Make a loop. This loop is going to be slightly shorter. That's not slightly shorter. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Slightly smaller than the ribbon, than the loop from the ribbon before it, so that you can see it, not hide it, okay? Then we go from the back to the front and pinch. Measure our bunny ears. Looks good. And cut our tail. I missed a spot. So we have 2 ribbons on our lovely bow. Now, for the top ribbon, same thing. Let's measure out our tail. So we want it that long. So since we want it that long, we're gonna pinch it right there. We're gonna make our loop. A little bit shorter than the loop before it. Go from the back to the front. Measure our loops. And then we cut our tail. So I did find a smaller one this time. And secure our bow. Before we do, just make sure, before we tighten it all the way, that the ribbon in the front is not tangled up, rolled in a funny way. Let's make sure that our ribbon looks nice. gonna cut it. So these are our 2 bows. Aren't they cute? So we're gonna take our first bow and we're gonna go to the second little row of our legs, and we're gonna get the middle row, open those little legs up, those chenille stems, and then we're gonna tie our bow right in the center. Okay. Like I said, we'll fix our bows and our ribbon at the very end. So that's what the bottom looks like, or one of the sides. If this were a swag, this would be the bottom. Since it's a centerpiece, this is one of the edges, okay? So now we're gonna take our second bow and do the same thing. Go to the second row, open up the middle little chenille stems, and secure our bow. So this is our centerpiece so far. Look how big and full it is, the volume it has. I love it. So, like I said, we're gonna fix our ribbon at the end, don't worry. It's all squished right now. So I wanted to use this cute little flocked red heart with little gold flecks, little flecks of gold. But I think it looks too small, like the bows just kind of overwhelm it. So let's put some mesh right here so that it could be a little bit taller. So I'm gonna go back to our white mesh because I think white and red pop. And I'm gonna cut about 25 inches this time. I'm gonna do that 3 times. I already did it twice. And I'm gonna roll this in, and then scrunch them in. I have these 2 that I had already cut, kind of scrunched already. Okay, so we have 3 of them together now, okay? And then what we're going to do is take our chenille stem and tie them together. 1, 2. Okay, we have that, and we're gonna put that, we're gonna do it opposite direction. So our mesh was vertical, now we're gonna put this one horizontal. Okay, and we can open up that center one again and tie this right on top. So squish it down a little bit, and then we can tie it 1, 2, 3. Okay, we added 3 more little cruffles in the center just to give it more volume. See, so that our heart will be taller. We put this in here. Our heart glue gun is warming up still. No, it's ready. We're just gonna fix our mesh so that we can glue in our heart, okay? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna scoot this back. We're gonna put, I really need to get a wireless glue gun. We're gonna put some glue there, some glue here, and then stick it in the center here. Okay, we're gonna add some glue directly to the mesh. And because the mesh is like a plastic, it melts immediately. So it kind of adheres quickly to it. If you wiggle it just a little bit, it helps kind of secure it more. So you see that? How cute that looks? Okay, but we're not done. So I have these little bunches of roses. So I'm gonna clip them off and we're gonna put roses right here. Let's make these shorter. We're gonna add some roses to our wreath, to our centerpiece. Let's just glue our stem. We will stick it at the bottom. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, don't worry about the ribbon. I keep telling you that because I know it's like, it looks like spaghetti. So let's cut some more of our roses and we're just gonna put them in different spots in our wreath where we think it's gonna look pretty. So I think one right here on this edge, you see that, would look pretty. So let's put some glue. Just put roses, since we put one on that side. Let's go ahead and put one on the other side. Y'all hear the rain? Sounds pretty. Just put some glue. We don't want it too sunk in because then you won't see it. We want to, you see that? Okay. And then let's break up some of this white here in the center by adding roses there so that it's not just all white. So we'll put some glue. Oh, I love the rain. It sounds so nice. So we are breaking up some of that white with some roses, okay? And we're gonna do that towards the back of our centerpiece as well. That looks good right there, and just add some more glue. And just to break up all this white here. Oh, I have a mess on my desk. Okay, let's put another one. I'm gonna add this rose on this side here. And maybe one more. Show you what I have. So we're gonna add one more right over here. And that just, the contrast of the white mesh with these red roses just looks really pretty. And don't stick them all the way in. Let the roses kind of pop out at you. So this is this side. Isn't that beautiful? So I feel like we need to add one more rose on the back part then. Yeah, I'm gonna just add that. So that's what that side looks like. That's what that side looks like. So no matter which side you are on the table, you will always see something pretty. Now, our ribbon. Our ribbon is a hot mess. So just like my table is. So let me scooch this over. And the first thing we are going to do with our ribbon is roll it, smooth it out and roll it. So what I mean by that is do this. It's wired ribbon, so it's very easy to give it the shape that you want to give it. All you have to do is just give it a little bit of love. Just like I'm doing it right here, which is a little uncomfortable because I'm doing it from the back. But if you just roll your ribbon, and we may cut some of this. Let's fluff out our ribbon for our bows, our loops. They got crushed. So let's just puff them out again. And then roll our ribbon. Okay. So you see what a difference that made on the top? Okay, we're gonna do it to the other side as well. So I'm working on like 5 different things, so my table is so full. Okay, just fluff our loops for our bows, and then kind of just roll our ribbon. Okay, now we're going to the bottom part. Remember those first bats of ribbon that we put? We're gonna roll those. Let me try to fix that. We're gonna also roll those, and then we're gonna start kind of separating them a little bit so that we get more of our ribbon seen. So we're basically going to just roll our ribbon, curl it, okay? The next one, the same thing. Here's our loop. Just kind of roll it, okay, to give it shape. The shape where you want it. Since it's wired ribbon, and this is why I only work with wired ribbon. Since it's wired ribbon, you can pretty much mold it where you want it. So you can separate this a little bit just so that there's more ribbon seen, okay? And then roll it. So we're gonna do that all the way around our centerpiece. Just keep rolling that. And then once that's done, I'll be back. Okay, so this is the top view. This is what our centerpiece looks like. So I was debating doing this or not, and I think it would look better if we actually dovetailed our ribbon. It would look more polished. So the way that you dovetail, and people call it different things, fishtail, shark tail, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. If you fold your ribbon in half like that, and you make a line like this, that would have been a spear. So fold your ribbon in half, and then you're going to point towards you. And you see, that gives you, can you tell? A dovetail. So let me do it maybe on this red one, you can see it better. Fold it in half. And you could have done this if you know you're going to dovetail. I don't always dovetail. But if you know you want to dovetail, you can do this while you're cutting your ribbon to make it easier, instead of doing it towards the end like I am right now. But I just didn't know if I was going to do it. So that's what it looks like. It's a V at the bottom. And you can just dovetail it all around. Just, I think it'll look more polished. Try not to chop your fingers off. And we can do that to all the ribbon all the way around. So we have fluffed our ribbon, dovetailed our ribbon, and this is what our centerpiece looks like. Love it. So if you guys like this tutorial, please do me a huge favor, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you guys can catch all of my tutorials that I post here on Mama Bear Custom Rees. And check out my other social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, pretty much everywhere. All right, everyone, have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.